Good afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Welcome to this week's edition of Get With The Program. I am your host, Jeremy DeMerchant, and I am sorely missing the presence of my co-host, Kelly Tenney. She's currently quite a few oceans away, actually. But she'll be back with us in a few weeks. Today, I'm really excited. One, because I'm getting myself more organized. I relied quite heavily on her to get this whole show looking very smooth and fancy for you. And last week, I was completely winging it. So this week, I have a little bit of organization. So let's start with saying, show me some love. I want you to like, share, comment, invite people to see this stream. Our goal with Get With The Program is to share valuable information with small business owners to help them through the entire sales process, from finding clients all the way through to enrollment and delivering an amazing experience. So show me some love. Put questions in the comments as well, guys. Love your feedback. And today we are talking specifically about think connection, not perfection. 3 simple steps to using video to connect with your clients. Now, I also have a script that I'm going by. I'm not completely ad-libbing it this week, but it's over here. So when I look this way, that's what I'm doing. And today, because part of what I want to talk about is really about getting out of your own way, and I want to be really transparent. This is why I'm going to share with you details that I probably wouldn't share with you on a normal show, because Facebook Live is a super powerful tool, and video on Facebook is as well. And I want to make it as accessible to people as possible to do this, because it makes a huge difference in your business. My first year in business, I generated about $40,000 in revenue from Facebook video. So that was before Facebook Live existed. I know some people can't even think back that far, but it was really, really valuable to my business, obviously. And with Facebook Live, there's even more opportunity because Facebook wants to help you. Facebook wants to help you grow and get your video in front of people. So today we're going to go through 3 simple steps to basically getting you live. And so I titled this Think Connection, Not Perfection. This is a line that came up in a conversation this past week with a friend of mine, because she already does Facebook Lives, and we were talking about how to make it feel more relatable. And I think far too often we're worried about being perfect, and we can't. It's just not going to happen. So if instead you focus on connection, you're going to get a lot further. So first, we're going to dive right into number 1. Again, show me some love. Put your comments below. I've got it up on thing up on my iPad as well, and on BeLive. So hopefully I will catch more comments than I normally do. But first point, get your rough start done and over with. Okay, if you are new to Facebook video, Facebook Live, just do it. Okay, now sorry Nike, I'm completely stealing your tagline. But anything that's new is going to be scary. I used to have a whole pile of anxiety, and on occasion I still do, to the point that I was 28 years old before I stepped on a public bus because I had so much anxiety about it. So if you're someone that's nervous and you think the world's going to come to an end if something goes wrong, I get it. I truly, truly get it. You're not alone. However, as soon as you do that thing the first time, it's not as bad. So it will get better, I promise you. So first, get that rough start done and over with. And here's a tip. And this is actually something that Kelly forced me to do, because I was comfortable in video. I could edit, before I posted it. It was great. But I was really nervous about doing my first Facebook Live. And she actually made this secret group and just invited me to it. So it was just her and I. And she said, there, go see accountability and get rid of my excuses. If she was the only one that saw it, how bad could a really bad Facebook Live be? And so that's what I did. I started practicing, and well, here I am week after week. So hopefully you're not sick of me yet. But I've used that exact same group with some other people that were nervous, whether I would just push the button on my phone in the group to show somebody how quick and easy it can be to go live. In some cases, I was actually sitting next to someone and said, you know what, here, I'll add you to the group. Go for it. And I think there's only 4 people in it now, but it gave a safe enough place where people could go and try it out. So do that. You only need one person in a group when you start it. So invite someone you trust. Don't make it a family member, because they support in the wrong ways sometimes. They have the best intentions. But invite someone that understands what you're trying to achieve with your business. And then just go do it. Once you practice a little bit, commit to a date where you will go live officially publicly on your business page, on your personal page, and in a group of more than just 1 or 2 people, somewhere publicly where you get over that hurdle where other people are going to see you and you're going to mess up. Okay. Get it over with. I heard a story about a gentleman named Garrett J. White, or a story about one of his presentations. And he just says, you're going to suck at the start. And eventually you're going to suck a little bit less to the point where you're actually good. Now, I wish it wasn't worded quite that way. However, he's not wrong, right? If we get focused on it being perfect, that we never get going. And done is better than perfect, which is why I titled this, Focus on Connection, Not Perfection. So that's step 1. Get the rough start done and over with. If you need to, go into a private group with just you and 1 or 2 friends to practice up. But then eventually, please, 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 and don't wait too long, set a date for you to go live publicly. Okay. And for those of you that know you're ready to do that, post in the comments and give us the date. You don't have to tell us where you're going live. You can if you want to, though. Share your page link if that's where you want to go live. But give us a date of your next live just so we can see that you're committed to doing it, because it's going to make a huge difference in your business. So number 2, give yourself permission to be authentic. A lot of times we worry about everything looking fancy. And at the moment, I appear to be a horrible example because I've got this fancy pop mic filter here and it looks like I know what I'm doing. I have a secret for you. I'm faking it every single day. And I'm learning as I go. I shouldn't say I'm faking it, but none of us really know what we're doing. So I want to show you exactly what it looks like here in just a second, assuming my controls will let me do it. But here's a key point that it can kind of hurt to hear, but it's also kind of a wake-up call. No one cares as much as you think they do. Okay? Because the energy that you spend worrying about, am I going to look perfect? Is it going to sound perfect? Everybody else has those same challenges, and they're so worried about themselves that they're not really worried about you. So the fact that you go live, the extra eyes that will get on your business will far outweigh any missteps or slip-ups. You're only human. Think about it as you're having a conversation with a friend. You just happen to have it one-sided, I guess, unless you've got a guest on the Facebook Live. But it doesn't have to be difficult. Grab your phone and just push the button and talk at it, right? And even if you don't have to overthink the content, just the fact that you're going live makes a huge difference. So, and actually I want to share a story with you. So last night, a friend of mine, she had created a video, and I thought she did a great job, of course. As with anyone that does one of their first marketing videos, they overthink it, they get nervous. And I'll admit, I pushed her to post it. And something interesting happened. She had, I don't know exactly how many takes she did, but I know there was probably close to a dozen attempts at making this video before she chose the one that went live. But what happened was the one that she posted was actually one of the bloopers. And she didn't do this on purpose. This was by mistake. And right away, somebody who is in the same industry that she's in, someone that she kind of looks up to, instantly liked the video. And when she went back and looked at it and realized it was the one where there was a blooper, she deleted it and uploaded the right one. And he actually came back and said, hey, what happened to that other video that I liked? So he liked it out of support for her. He didn't even get to the end to realize she just, messed up and stopped. Okay. So try not to overthink it. Don't beat yourself up. Just do it, Canadian version. Yeah, exactly, Debbie. Hey, Debbie, how are things? So think about that. Now I'm going to show you guys the background here because I want to be as authentic as I can. A lot of what you see is to give the best experience for you. And I'm going to go over some of the tips in the next point. But let me see if I can zoom my camera out so you can see the truth behind this. Zooming out. So check this out. My brick wall, it's just a piece of, I don't know, paper, cotton, something I bought on Amazon for $40 to make the background not too distracting, but interesting, which I'll talk about in a second. And you'll see to this side, I have the shelf that used to be more behind me, but it was actually a little bit distracting. So I moved it into the scene. This wall, you see a couple whiteboards. There's a calendar one here, and there's another one. I don't think you can see this one, but it's not fancy. But with the camera that I have, which is the Logitech C920, it comes with a software that I can just zoom in, have full control over what you see. Okay, but that's for your experience. Like this pop filter is here. I don't know how much it makes a difference. My microphone, honestly, I got my microphone at a pawn shop, actually. I had an older one that I bought brand new, and I went to a pawn shop to swap it up, and this one works better. So it doesn't have to be super fancy. Like, keep it simple, be authentically you. I don't want you faking it, right? Any more than you have to. Like, focus on if what you're going to do is going to connect with your audience. A lot of times we do things for the wrong reasons. And one of the reasons why we might hesitate to go live, for example, and want, the perfect background and the perfect sound and all that jazz is because of our ego. Okay, we want it to look like we know what we're doing. We want to look fancy. And I get it, right? I mean, I have this stuff, but you want to think about what impacts the experience of your clients or your customers. Because ultimately, if having a better quality mic is going to give better sound to you, it's a better experience, you'll watch longer, it's better for my business, it's better for you, right? You're going to absorb that content better versus if you're hearing a bunch of feedback, right? Or if my background was really distracting, maybe I had a full bookshelf and you were trying to read what title was on what book, it takes away from the experience for you. So that's why it's simple. And honestly, the wall behind this, the brick wall hanging, it's kind of bumped up, and that would be distracting. And, I wanted it to look better than that. So make sure when you do things that are, or when you focus on things that are delaying you taking action, make sure you're delaying for the right reason. Because truthfully, you doing a Facebook Live will get you so much further than not. Even if you just completely bomb it, if you let it stay up and you kind of make a joke of it, people will joke along with you. Okay, people will support you. Just don't overthink it. Okay, just do it. Right, and there's my Canadian version of Nike's just do it. Just do it, eh? Now, finally, the last point, once you've done these things, okay, so I'm going to go through the first two again. Okay, get your rough start over with. There we go. Get your rough start over with. Give yourself permission to be authentic. Once you've done it a little bit and you're comfortable, then you can worry about raising the bar, right? So then you want to raise your bar. And then there's a few tips, and I'll give you a few tips, and then I'm going to give you something really special. But the first tip is keep your camera slightly above your eye level. So I have that Logitech C920 on my monitor in front of me. So it's just above the eye level. So as long as I'm looking at the screen, it looks like I'm looking at you. With my phone, it's the same thing. If I'm going to hold it, I'm going to hold it kind of like this. So it's up above just a little bit. So I have to look up. That does a few things. It's better from a chin perspective. If you're looking down, it forces your eyes to look up a little bit. It just looks better. So just a little above the eyes. Keep your background interesting, but not distracting. Okay, super important. Interesting, not distracting. So people that have the really full bookshelves, it's cool if you can't see what the books are. If you do want to have some books in the background, just make it a couple. But less is more. when it comes to backgrounds. Okay, let you be the focal point of what's going on. And keep the lighting in front of you. So I'm going to show you something, I think. We're going to see if I can do it without making a disaster here. This is still me being authentic. But I've got 2 lights in front of me that are clipped to my monitor. And let me see. I'm going to just show you what they are. Now, this is because I like doing things really simply. So obviously I turned the light out because it would blind you if I put it in front of the camera. But this is what I do. This is a clamp light. Where we got here? Clamp light that goes like on construction sites, right? Normally they have a big cover here. I took the cover off. This bulb is a photography bulb. I have 2 of these and they clamp onto the edge of my monitor. And this keeps my light in front of me. I found this information on a YouTube video and tried it. And for what cost me $40, no, $80 total. Because the bulbs were kind of expensive, but worth it. I've got a good setup, right? So as long as the light's on my face, it's good. To my left, I have a window and the blind is closed. And I don't think I'm going to be able to show you. Let me see if I can raise the blind without it getting too hectic here. Do you see as I open this up, how the lighting on my face, it brightens up on this side and it makes it feel off balance? So lighting on the side is going to distract and take away from the message. Try to keep the lighting in front of you. If you're just doing like a selfie style, try to make it so you're facing the sun, but don't blind yourself. The squinty videos aren't great. And the other thing that I'll mention that I learned from myself, if you've watched me on videos for a long time, you might have noticed in the early ones, I looked really angry. I wasn't, but I naturally have this flat brow. And now I consciously raise my eyebrows because I found out that this flat brow makes me look angry all the time. And so I actually had to consciously go when I started shooting a video because I didn't want people to think I was mad, right? So, and now I just naturally do it when I'm on camera mode. But be aware of those things on what it might look like. Don't overthink it. Don't make it be a reason to not move forward. But once you've done it a few times and you're getting yourself out there, and ideally on a consistent basis, this is why I do this every week, just pay attention to those little things. Like if you were someone looking on, what could you do differently? Not based on like when you're watching your videos, what's maybe feeding into an insecurity, but what actually can impact the message. So I found that if people looked at the video and thought that I was angry all the time, they were less likely to connect. So just raising my eyebrows makes me feel more welcoming. It actually makes me feel happier too, to be honest. But it can make a huge, huge difference. Okay. So raise the bar is the last point. Now let me just check on comments really quick here. Any questions that you have, put them in, hit share, hit like, show me the love, hit the heart button, give me some love. And let's get this message out to everybody that needs to be on video. And one piece of feedback that we've gotten from previous shows, people have said, hey, you guys are giving great content, but how do we get more? And of course, you can come check us out on our websites and things, but I wanted to be very specific today. Oh, there's the love from Debbie. Thanks, Debbie. I wanted to be very specific today, and I wanted to give you guys something really, really cool. We talk about topics that Kelly and I, maybe both of us, or sometimes it's just one of us, are really familiar with. But we don't have specific training created on everything. And part of the reason is that we've got people in our worlds and our networks that are phenomenal at it. Like we might be good at something, but there's people that are just flat out experts. And we would rather give you access to their resources than us go and invest hours and hours and hours and create a training that might be as good as theirs, but probably won't, right? We'd rather just send you the best. And if it's already done, that just makes it easy for us. So this is what I want to do this week. Kelly is part of the team over at The Prepared Performer. And if you're not familiar with The Prepared Performer, the owner's name is Molly Mahoney. She is fantastic. And her business is all about being stage ready. And she has programs specifically about going live on Facebook. And so I connected with Molly, and I've set up a special link where you can get access to her next free masterclass. Now, the masterclass is called, let me double check, make sure I get the name right, because I would hate to mispresent it. It's called Live Video Masterclass, Go Live with Confidence, Bring in Loads of Leads. So give me a thumbs up or a heart, whether you're live or you're watching the replay, if you would like to get access to that. Live Video Masterclass, Go Live with Confidence, Bring in Loads of Leads. Excellent. Good. Okay, we've got some love there. So here's what I want you to do. I've got a special link. This masterclass is free. Okay, and that special link is permissiontosell.com/live video MC, as in the letter M, the letter C. You'll see it on the bottom here in a second. I will also update the description of this live, so you can just click on it and check it out. But she's got one coming up soon, so jump in, sign up, and Molly just has killer content, so be sure to go check it out, and you're going to walk away with some awesome tips, far beyond what I was able to give you today, because we want to keep this tight. We want to keep it short so that you'll consume it, but it doesn't take your whole day, your whole evening up. So set some time and go sign up for Molly's masterclass and get yourself live. If you haven't been on live, you need to do it. Okay, so once again, permissiontosell.com/live video MC, as in masterclass. Okay. Excellent, guys. Thank you so much for being amazing for another week. I'm not sure if, no, Kelly won't be back next week, but she should be back the week. Oh, actually, I think she will be back next week. So Kelly should be back next week with us, and she will have some phenomenal content, and you will get some variety and not just have to stare at my mug again for another week. Put your comments below. Let me know what topics you would like to learn about, what things you'd like to have us talk about. Is there somebody you'd like to have us interview? We haven't done the interview version of this yet, but ultimately the goal is to help you, the small business owner, take people through what I call the circles of attraction. Okay, and that is getting exposure to your audience, having them experience you, then help them engage with you in your content, you enroll them, and then you execute on a great customer experience delivering the products or services that they've purchased. So put in the comments below what you want to see. We're doing this, well, from a selfish perspective, we want to get exposure. Let's be transparent here, right? That's me being authentic. But also, we want to help you, right? We want to know your questions so we can help give you answers. We would love to be the one-stop shop for all your business support. That's probably a bit of a stretch right now, but we want to get there. We want to help you out in any way that we can. So let us know. If there's a specific thing that's holding you back in your business, it could be planning. It could be designing courses. It could be sales conversations. We talked a bit about that last week. It could be other ways for lead generation. Honestly, Facebook Live is my favorite source of lead generation because it's free, but there's lots of options. So check out the masterclass and give me some more love, like, share. Where's this thing? Here we go. Boom. Show some love, like, share, comment, and we will be back next week. So one last, put the link up again so you guys can get to the masterclass, but go sign up, guys. There's one coming up. You can sign up right now, and then it'll schedule it based on when it's available next. But check it out. And until next time, guys, I am Jeremy DeMerchant, the sales strategist, and I want to remind you, get uncomfortable, get results. And we will see you next week, Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, with our next episode of Get With The Program. Cheers.